Hi there, it's Laura from SheShepherds. So I got in the last weeks quite a few messages asking me how to start a young dog properly, and I really always have to answer that depends on dogs, and there's lots of different techniques. There isn't a good one or a bad one. The good one will just be the one that suits you. So I just decided to do like a little video to maybe help you get you started if it's maybe your first time starting a sheepdog. I'd definitely advise to go and see people that know about sheepdog training or shepherds, and they'll definitely teach you right. So the main key when you want to start a young dog on sheep is not really how you start it, but it's how you prepare it, how you prepare the environment. So you definitely need not the big fields, because otherwise you might end up having to run a lot, and you don't want that. You don't want the sheep to run neither. So you want something that's not too big and something that is very well fenced. So the reason for that is just so you can keep the sheep close to you and secure as well, and keep your dog secure as well, because you don't want anybody to be injured. So for that job, you definitely need the right kind of sheep. So you need sheep that fit to run, and you need sheep that are not alarm, and you also need to get them ready for your young dog, because if sheep don't know dogs, it's not going to work with a young one unless you've got experience. Then that's fine, then you're not watching this video. But if you start, then I recommend you use an older dog if you can, or you ask someone to come and dog your sheep a little bit. I'm going to show with Zorg how to dog sheep, and it's not just about making them run, it's just about teaching the sheep that it's okay to have a dog around them, and they can come towards you to find protection. So you're always there to protect your sheep. This is the main thing when you train. You can't forget that main goal. So I'm going to show you that with Zorg, and once the sheep are ready and calm, then we can start taking a young dog. And if the young dog makes a mistake, which will happen, then the sheep won't be that stressed, because they will know that it's okay, and they will know that you are there to protect them. And the third thing, but not the least, you need to be in the right mood for training. A young dog, it changes all the time, so even if one day is fantastic, the next day it can be a total nightmare. So be ready for this. If it doesn't go well, just go home, have a beer, a cup of tea, whatever, and start again the next day. Don't do 2 big sessions, just do 5 minutes maximum, even less, 2, 3, and see how it goes. Always try to finish on something good. And yeah, so I'm going to show you this little lady here. She's 9 months old. She's called Mushu. She's out of Akira, that you know well, and a Willie Welsh Scap. That is a great working dog and definitely trial dog as well. Um, she's been on sheep maybe 4 times, so it's not the very start, but at least you can see a little bit, and I'm going to try to keep you updated with how she goes. Let's go! So the sheep I'm using here are my homebred North Country Cheviot Gamers. They were born in 2019. This breed is great for training as they're fit for running, although they settle pretty quickly once they know that it's okay. I'm very lucky to be able to use a horse arena that is at the farm. It gives me a great area to start young dogs, or even to polish little details. The ground here in the winter can be pretty wet, and everything gets mucky very quickly if I was training in a paddock, so it's really a brilliant alternative. Getting your sheep ready for your young dog will make you earn some precious time and avoid you making big mistakes as well. I'm going to try to show you how I get my sheepdog gently. I'll be using Zorg here. Dogs are predators and sheep are prey, so what happens is that the sheep, feeling the threat of the dog, will move away from them to go in a more secure place. The dog is putting pressure on the sheep, and those are walking away from it to get a release. The sheep are scared of the dog, okay, but not only, they will also try to avoid our own pressure. So
And dogged sheep, once having a dog behind them, will run away, and obviously away from you too. So this is why it's important to teach them that it's okay to come towards you a bit. To teach my sheep to trust me, once I send my mature dog behind them, it will try to bring them to me, and I'll try to contain the sheep by going at their head and giving them plenty of room to get away from the pressure of the dog. This way, they realize that around me is a safe place to be, which is very handy in our case if we want to start a keen young dog. We'll be close to our sheep and being able to protect them by being able to put pressure on the young dog more easily. If you don't know someone that could help you with an adult dog, I suggest building a run pen and using the dog on the outside first, a little, and trying the same thing. Don't forget that the run pen is also something your sheep will need to learn, and that takes a bit of time as well, and definitely patience. So now that my sheep are ready, we will give Wimushu a go. I like to attach a little rope to my young dogs at the very start. I let the lead go with the dog so I don't have to bend to take the collar off or anything before starting. I just let go when it's the right time. I'll be doing another video about getting started a little more in details, but I'll try to say a few words on this one already. Every young dog is different, so you will need to watch and understand what's going on before you can really do anything. A first time on sheep is often pretty messy. The dog discovers he likes chasing sheep, runs in the middle, even grab one maybe. It can be a bit stressful. The thing is that you want your dog not to be scared and you want him to be the predator, but you also need to be able to protect your sheep and avoid any unnecessary stress. I always try to stay close to my sheep as much as I can and slowly start to apply pressure on my dog where I find he may come in or try to grip. Once the dog takes my pressure into account and gets a little away from my pressure, then I release right away. A great book about pressure and release is The Natural Way by Julia Hill. I really recommend it as a great book. I do start the proper training around 9 to 10 months old, depending on the dog, which is to me more a mature age for being able to take pressure from me and also to face sheep. Some dogs can take a bit longer to start being interested in sheep. I try to get them a little excited with my voice and help chasing sheep with them until he clicks. Sometimes even watching other dogs working can stimulate them enough to get more interest. Now, once your dog is respecting your pressure and going around your small flock, try to move so he's balancing them to you. It can be pretty difficult to know where to go and what to do to start with, but with a little practice, you will gain more confidence. I will show a few attempts for catching her back. So try to stop the sheep moving by going towards a fence or in a corner. Pass through your sheep to stand between them and your dog, and calmly block the dog's lateral movement and repeat the command stand gently to start with and more firmly to attract his attention if the dog is still focusing on the sheep. Once the dog stops, release the pressure of your body and repeat the word stand on the same tone that you would say good boy, good boy. The dog will then learn that this command isn't too bad at the end. It's best to send them one more time after being caught, so the call back doesn't mean the end of the work only, but they get rewarded by getting another shot.
right at us. I hope you enjoy this little short video, and I hope that it can help you. But again, there is thousands of ways of training and starting young dogs, so it's really up to you to find your own. I'm just explaining what I do. So if you do it differently and it works for you, then that's super. And yeah, see you soon for some more videos, and I'll try to do a little category with how-to videos where I can explain a wee bit what I do with my dogs. Okay, see you later.
Hey, listen up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times. Not getting better by lying there pretending to cry. You on repeat, you can't see shit cause you have closed your eyes. You say you listen, but you're missing what it's all about. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. I try to help you, but you keep reading between the lines. There's nothing there for you to complicate, we're not aligned. You say you listen, but guessing that's just another sign. Not growing up, you're growing old, your life keep passing by. Rise up now. If you never fall, you don't change at all. Cry out now. Have you given up? I will never stop, yeah. Now if you break it, I can take it, I don't need a prize. Leave out the fact that I am up against 1,000 guys. My intuition efficient cause I can use my mind. Don't try to tell me how